What's up, Bulldogs? I'm Rourke Jensen. This is Season 4, Episode 4 of TV Judge. We got a lot of exciting things for you this week. We got prom coming up, boys basketball just ended, a story about local band Riffwood.
For our first story, we're looking at the Guitar Club on this week's episode of TV Judge.
Hi, my name is Matthew Eager.
What grade are you in?
I am in 12th grade. Guitar Club is Tuesday after school from 3 to 4 in Dr. Sloan's room. You do not need to bring a guitar. We'll have spares, and also what we can do is just like, I'll play something, toss the guitar over, share it, and then they can give it a go. So you don't need to bring your own guitar. We usually have around 5 people, but it rotates every day, so it's like around a different 5 people every single time. So we haven't had a specific meeting yet where we've had everyone together, but we would have probably about 15 participants in the club. The reason I created Guitar Club was that I had a passion for the music, and there was once a day where we got to appreciate the arts, where everyone got together, and Dr. Sloan hosted a guitar day where everyone got to play guitar together, and I thought that was a really interesting idea, and so I wanted to see that at Judge and give an opportunity for everyone to share their passion. I started playing guitar when I was in around 4th grade, when I once saw a rock band playing at my school, and I thought that was really cool, so I wanted to be a part of that. My favorite song to play is by a guy called John Five, who used to be the lead guitarist of Marilyn Manson. He made his own song called Noche Acosador, and that was the one I was playing briefly earlier. It's very Spanish style sounding, and it's really fun to play, and it's really fun to learn, and it's stuck with me ever since I learned it. I never have to relearn it.
For our next story, we're looking at boys basketball on this week's episode of TV Judge.
All right, I'm Sam Hoops, and my, official position is I'm a counselor at Judge Memorial Catholic High School, and I also coach the basketball team.
My name is Dang Dang. I'm a senior, and I'm captain on the basketball team.
My experience at Judge has been a lot different than my experiences everywhere else that I've coached. I've coached in a few programs. I coached basketball at Union High School. I coached at Duchesne High School. Similar programs, but very, very different. My experience here at Judge has been phenomenal because I feel like the community is very cohesive. The boys are very cohesive. And we go out there with something to prove every game. It's been a lot of fun. So.
My experience at Judge, it was really good. You know, freshman year, it was rough because I was little, so I didn't really care about basketball that much. But then I started to pick up from there, and I just got good at the sport, and I just loved the game ever since then.
The setbacks that happen often during the season are the same as happened to us this year as well.
Towards the end of the season, me and JJ had to sit out a couple games because I got sick, so I sat out 4 games, and JJ sat out 2. And we adapted from the people on the bench. They just got used to playing more, and they got comfortable, and that's how we adapted to it. But I feel confident in our team because they've been able to step up those 4 games I was gone, and we're just prepping a lot by watching film and practicing.
The bigger setbacks, and they would agree with me, is there have been times where different players in the year have thought maybe they should score more, or that their other players have thought that someone hasn't been doing their job, and those things just happen. As the team grows, they work those things out. And my favorite moment of the 2024-2025 team, I would actually say we were in Arizona at the Nike tournament, and we won that tournament there. And my favorite moment, all of them being so happy and you really seeing them be a family and even maybe more than a family at that point, that is probably my favorite part of the year, is to see the boys really growing through basketball.
My favorite moment from my 4 years at Judge was winning the state championship.
The final story on this episode of TV Judge is on the phone policy.
6 months from now, that we will still have some students who continue to struggle. What I do think we will have less of is, just like I alluded to in those opening meetings, the social media violations that we saw. I think we'll have less of that. I think that we'll have kids feel safe when they're at school, and I think that that's a net positive. But I also think that there are probably issues, to Oliver's point about what 6 months will look like. There are probably issues that I don't even know exist yet will arise, because that's one of the wonderful things about working with young people is you guys are incredibly creative in all sorts of ways. So it'll be really interesting to see what 6 months looks like.
What's your name and what do you do here?
Hi everybody, my name is Matt Douglas. I'm the Dean of Students, and this is my 4th year, fortunate enough to be the Dean here at Judge.
Xander Klein, I'm in 12th grade.
My name is Sam Hoops, and I am the counselor at Judge Memorial Catholic High School.
My name is Joseph Quall. I'm in the 9th grade.
My name's Congar. I'm a freshman.
So I would say at the 6-month point, our phone policy has done aggregately some really good things. Like I think about the lunchroom and how students interact with each other. That feels like a net positive. In terms of like ugliness online in comparison to last year, we've seen far less of it. So that's sort of interesting. That being said, we've seen an uptick in physical confrontations, not like altercations, but instead of being ugly to each other online, people are yelling at each other and being sort of, but at least that's sort of incarnate and person to person as opposed to sort of anonymously and online.
Yes, I follow the phone policy. I put my phone in my locker every day. I have a top locker, so it makes it a lot easier. Henry Krause has a locker below me. So I take advantage of my locker usage and I put my phone in there because it's just the risk and reward. I mean, I don't need my phone during the day.
But again, I think the other side is kids feel like as soon as they get home, they need to be on their phones for the next 2 or 3 hours to sort of get caught up on the day.
I feel like it's not working. It's just like a distraction, you know. Teachers and like the staff could be worrying about other things, but they're worrying about our phones, and it's like people still already have it on them, so it's not really working.
Yeah, like Joseph said, people still have their phones on them and like they still use it in school. So like I don't think it's working.
I would say 90% of the kids that I still have come into my office ask me to get their phone or hey, can I show you something on my phone or something like that. So I do think a lot of problems in the school are not necessarily phone-based, social media-based, I would say. So I don't want to blame it just on phones, but I would say social media-based. You can say whatever you want on the internet, so I think that's a big problem with it.
Yes, I believe my mental health has been improved by my phone being in my locker. Dr. Essen once told me that it takes like 2 minutes to lock back in after you get a buzz notification on your phone. And I'm a pretty popular guy, so I have a lot of notifications going off. But yeah, so I keep it in my locker, and every time I walk by, my watch buzzes and I can get my notifications, just little hits of it.
I think for the most part, if a student wants to have their phone or break the rules, and it gets pretty exhausting to monitor, and so I think they're gonna find a way to do that. So I think to build on, what we could build on is everybody being more uniform.
To fix the phone policy, I think Dean Douglas needs to search more. I mean, he started searching at the beginning of the year, but he just hasn't searched in a long time, and I don't think anyone's really scared that he's going to come and take your phone from your person.
I don't really think there's a way to monitor it better. I just think they have to yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to monitor it better. Just have to unban the rule.
You know, I think the lockers were a nice thought. I'm surprised how few of our students, considering the weight of your backpacks, how few of you actually use your lockers. So I'm not really interested. I don't think policies that have any follow through are good, right? I think that we're at our best when we understand what the expectation is, and then we follow it. So other schools have done these pouches where kids check in their pouches during the day. But I think probably my biggest change is we're going to do more education about why being physically separated from your phone can even exponentially increase the mental health benefits, right? So carrying it and then sort of being covert about it, or using it in the bathroom or using it in the locker room, that's not really the spirit. And so I want to do a better job having students understand why it is we're asking them to comply with that. That being said, we started the year with some fairly aggressive. Mr. Cyrus and I were going around and checking people's bags and stuff like that. And that doesn't feel entirely tenable either. So we'll probably spend a good deal of this summer kind of brainstorming and thinking about what enforcement looks like, what consequences look like, but I think leaning in on why we have the policy. And then the more years we have the policy, I think the more sort of standardized it'll feel.
All right, peace out, guys. See you next time.